your mentor. I welcome you again to yet another strategy of nasdaq. Well, this is the support and resistance strategy that I'm going to be taking you through. So without any waste of time, let us just jump into it. Okay, well, support and resistance. The concept of support and resistance is the most highly discussed attribute of technical analysis. Support and resistance forms part of analyzing a chart patterns. It is used by traders to refer to price levels on the charts that tend to act as barriers, preventing the price of an asset from getting pushed to a certain direction. At first, the explanation of the idea behind identifying these levels seems very easy, but as you find out, support and resistance can come in various forms, and the concept becomes more difficult to master than it first appears. Well, as you will see from the picture, we are having our resistance at the highest part, and we're having our support at the lowest part. So I'll then move to another slide, and then we're gonna have demonstrations as well, so that you can master the concept thereof. These are the key concepts that you must take into consideration when you have to apply S&R. Well, technical analysts use support and resistance levels to identify the price points on a chart where probabilities favors a pause, a reversal, or a prevailing trend. Support and resistance occurs where a downtrend is expected to pause due to concentration of a demand. Resistance occurs where an uptrend is expected to pause temporarily due to a concentration of a supply. When market psychology plays a major role, as traders and investors remember the past and react to changing conditions to anticipate the future market movements. S&R are areas where the market price turn. A resistance is the peak and support is the trough. So you can consider your resistance as a ceiling and your support as a floor. So let me now go to a demonstration so that you guys see what is it that I'm talking about. So in a trend like this, in a trend like this, a consolidating trend, we have the top part, which will then be our resistance levels. Then we're gonna be having the bottom part, which is then our support level. Looking at this, we have the touches here from this position: 1, 2, 3, 4. So these touches show us that the prices were always rejecting when they got to this particular position. Hence, I'm saying that there is a high probability that in the future again, when there is a push to the upside, there's gonna be a rejection to this part, and then this part is the so-called resistance level, that the one that the price is rejecting to actually pass and surpass that level. So the bottom part, as you can see, that every time when the prices get to this position, they fail to surpass it or to go below it. So we then have the name of it is then called the support level. When now we are gonna be embarking on the entry rules that you are expected to actually use when you trade support and resistance on NAS 100. When we expect bullish entries at major support levels, hence we only look for buying opportunities. That's the first rule that you must always have in mind. And we anticipate for bearish opportunities at major resistance levels, which is the reason why we only expect selling opportunities when we are aware at major resistance level. The only thing that we are looking for is selling opportunities, because our graph is at the highest level, as I've shown you on the demonstration that I did, that when you are in the highest resistance level, the only thing that makes sense is that you are going to be looking for selling opportunities. NB. However, it is important that you look for rejecting candles first before you can apply your support and resistance. Those rejecting candles, they are always found at R and S before you can then anticipate for shorts or longs. It's very much important that you look for those rejecting candles, your morning star, your engulfing candles. They are very important. Now it's gonna get a little bit complicated. Now we're gonna go deep into another strategy of support and resistance, which will become very much easier for you to master if you take note of everything that I'm about to say right now. As we have established that at support level we buy, at resistance level we sell. So let us just put that at the back of our brains, and now we're gonna be embarking to a new journey, which is a bit more complicated, but it's gonna be helping you to master the context of support and resistance. When bullish entries, opportunities. Where do we find bullish entries, opportunities on support and resistance? When a resistance turns into a support, we buy. As you can see from this position that number one, number two, number three. Number one and number two, we have the so-called resistance level, and the same resistance level turned into a support level at number 3 and number 4. And then we all know that when we are at the resistance level, we're only looking for selling opportunities. However, now we've seen that the same resistance level turned into a support. Now we are now seeing that there is new opportunities that have been created now. Opportunities for bulls have been opened now, because now the same resistance turned into a support, and we all know that on a support level we buy. So let me do a simple demonstration for you to understand. From this side, we can both agree that we had the so-called resistance level here, and your support of course being below. We have the resistance level, and we saw that what happened here, the candle broke, and the same resistance level then turned into a support level. It never went back. So then the trick that you must now see that, okay fine, after the resistance turned into a support, the only thing that I can be looking for is buying opportunities, and we saw the market pushing to the upside. Let us move right along again and check the second one. So for bearish entries, opportunities, it's more likely the same, but it's not the same. You have to then also have this strategy in point. When a support turns into a resistance, we sell. So in this case, it's mostly in a downtrend. It's no longer the same as the previous one, where it was like an uptrend. We were going up on the previous one, but on this one, it's now more of a downtrend. And we can establish that we had this line here, and we had this line here, and we now have a new line here. So we had being the major resistance level here, major resistance level, major resistance level, major resistance level, major support level, major support level, major support level, major support level. And then that same support level broke here, and then that same support level now created new resistance levels, which we are having here. And then from that, we now see a direction being pushed to the downside. So this is how the second one works. This is how the second one works. That says when a support turns into a resistance, we are looking for selling opportunities. Thank you very much. It's the Almighty Jaguar. That was me taking you through support.